Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
From the Daily Oz, Emma Gillespie is here, and the talk is all about Timothée Chalamet and the Lookalike contest.
Yes, well, hello. A Timothée Chalamet lookalike contest, as you mentioned, has gone absolutely viral. It got completely out of hand in New York. What started off as this little cute competition, some flyers were posted around telegraph poles around New York City, turned into bedlam. We had 4 arrests, several different locations. It had to be moved along because so many people showed up. And Timothée Chalamet himself showed up.
Why were so many people there to watch the people? Because I saw a bit of this online and someone comes out and everyone applauds or they go, yes, no, depending on how good they look. So were people the crowds or were the people the impersonators?
So there were only a couple of hundred impersonators, but they reckon over 3,000 spectators turned out.
Wow.
So it was for 2 reasons, I think. Spectators turned out to either hopefully see the real guy, because there were rumours that he might show up. He is filming a movie with Gwyneth Paltrow at the moment in New York. But then also there was a slew of eligible young bachelorettes hoping to meet someone who looks like Timothée Chalamet.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Got everything.
To quote a 23-year-old girl who spoke to The Cut, she said, "It's so rare that all the skinny men of New York are in one place."
Oh,
So she was looking for a beautiful skinny man.
wow.
But the winner, a 22-year-old guy named Spencer, he came as Willy Wonka because, of course, Timothée Chalamet played Wonka. He won the crowd over. But there were many, many Wonkers. There were many
Wonkers.
Many Wonkers.
A slew? Would you say a slew of Wonkers?
A slew of Wonkers. There were a gaggle of Bob Dylan's because he's doing that movie.
Oh.
There were a lot of guys in kind of Hessian sacks trying to be his character from Dune, that movie.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. But what was even funnier is that when Timothée rocked up, a lot of people didn't even clock him because he didn't look as legit as his own lookalikes.
Wow.
Which I loved. I also loved, there was one of the contestants who spoke to the media, and he'd said that he'd actually been approached to be Timothée Chalamet's double because the event page was online and everyone started sort of posting selfies. That's kind of how the girlies took note because they saw these lookalikes and they were like, I want to get a piece of that. This guy, he got approached by a movie studio, but he's only 5'3". The real Timothée Chalamet is 5'11", and so they said, "Sorry, mate, not tall enough."
And why did it have to be moved along? What was the fracas? Why were the arrests happening?
Well, it was an unlicensed gathering, so they hadn't gotten a council permit or anything like that. The gathering was at Washington Square Park originally, and then Rangers rocked up and they said, "You've got to move along." Then they moved to another park and got moved along from there. The organisers ended up getting a $500 fine, which is pretty bad. They did have to dish out $50 to the winner, by the way. The winner won a giant check. $50 whole dollars and a novelty trophy. The arrests, we haven't got a lot of details on the arrests, but there's just a few videos of some skinny, sort of sickly, pale boys being taken away in handcuffs, looking very, very down on themselves.
And when was it revealed that Timothée himself had been there?
Well, Timothée showed up to the first venue. So he showed up to Washington Square Park after a lot of them had already moved along. So the best quality Timothées had already moved to the second location to be judged. And then the real Timmy's walking through the crowds at the first destination with all of the stragglers. It's so funny. One of these, the reporters who wrote about it for The Cut said, "The only thing visible in the crowd is the Wonka impersonator's top hat. It's impossible to have a conversation without getting interrupted by someone who wants to make a TikTok. The crowds are so intense that people are vacating the area. And by the time Timothée Chalamet shows up, no one is quite sure if it's the real thing."
Wow.
Which I love.
It's like a metaphor for life, isn't it?
It's so meta.
Yeah.
It's gone up its own
meta.
bum. I love it.
I love it. I love the people organising this, getting what they want, saying who cares to the council permit.
Yep.
And, you know, the skinny boys, get some vitamin D. Can't be a bad
But
thing.
the skinny
They're
boys,
out in the sun.
The skinny boys are out in the sun and being cracked onto by young women.
There you go.
Everyone gets something.
Well, the winner did say he was excited and overwhelmed. There were so many good lookalikes. It was really a toss-up. There you go.
Oh.
Well, see, there's hope for you, Gemma, right?
What kind of lookalike would that be?
Wendell,
sorry.
Wendell
I
from The
reckon.
Simpsons. You know, Wendell, that little sickly kid out on the...
Oh, no. Dye your hair. Anything's possible. Millhouse, glasses.
Are we going to end up in HR again?
I reckon I'm rat hot.
You are.
Did
Like
we decide
Timothée.
rat hot or frog hot? I think you're
Yeah,
frog.
I think he's more frog hot.
frog.
You're more froggy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Em.